horror movies, mutilation, decapitation, torture. Does that sound entertaining? More blood than a blood bank. Have we got your attention?
Nope. Welcome back, terrestrials, to the Quarantine Movie Reviews. In this episode, we're doing Cooties. That's right, you got cooties. This movie is basically about Elijah Wood being a substitute teacher. He goes back to his hometown, his elementary school. He's subbing because he's fallen on some hard times as an author. He runs into an ex-girlfriend and her asshole boyfriend, played by Rainn Wilson. And the kids, one of the kids has cooties, and she infects the rest of the students. And cooties is just a term for zombies in this movie, because these kids are fucking zombies. So they basically are just trying to survive and escape with their lives. It's a horror comedy, so you can't expect too much out of it. But overall, what did you think about this one?
This one is different in the sense of I'm tired of zombie movies. Mm-hmm. In 2020, in the late end of the year, I'm still tired of zombie. I'm like, it's been done. But this movie in particular, I kind of enjoyed. I really did. It was like I could take the zombie thing out, and because it was cooties. They never once said zombie.
Right.
They never once did what people do in a zombie movie. I think there is just this build of suspense and less of like just those cliches that you see in zombie movies, and I kind of really enjoyed it. The effects are really good. There are some really like horrible things that happen to children. That's what that was like the selling point. It's like, really? He's gonna hit that child with a hockey stick? But yeah, the cast is great. I would say that the cast is great. The effects, they're great. The overall story on like how we got cooties coming to the world from bad chicken products and stuff, that's pretty graphic in the beginning with a chicken.
Yeah.
It's just like, ugh, shouldn't be eating this chicken sandwich right now. It definitely had that effect of, what do you call it, where you're just, every moment is just a gross out type of feel to it. Is there anything in particular that you, like, what did you think about it, I should say?
I mean, I brought this to your attention because I did see it and I did enjoy it. Mm-hmm. I think that the characters are really good in this.
Yeah.
They're playing, as far as the school goes, you got the dickhead coach, the nerdy, teacher,
He's a science teacher.
Yeah. You got like all these stereotypical teachers. You got the cool teacher, all these things. They played these characters really well. Mm-hmm. And I really enjoyed it. I loved the back and forth between the characters. There was no one teacher that was just kind of like meh. They all played their part. Even the smaller parts of the teachers, like the teachers with the smaller parts, still played them really well. Mm-hmm. The comedy was good. Like you mentioned, the effects were good. The storyline was decent. I really liked that ultimately their plan was to do nothing.
Yeah.
They're trying to decide how to get out of these, or get away from these cootie-ridden kids. And, Elijah Wood's character proposes that they go to the office, get the cell phones, call for help. Rainn Wilson's idea is to attack the kids and overtake the school or take the school back. Ultimately, they go with, let's wait right here till 3 o'clock, and parents come to pick their kids up.
Yeah.
And we'll just say, hey, your kids are cootie-ridden little shits.
Yeah.
I like that idea. typically that's not something that there's always more to the plan, you know? Like Night of the Living Dead, they boarded up the house, but they were planning on trying to get away. Same thing with Day of the Dead, Dawn of the Dead, you name it. There's always a further plan. There's not really just sit and wait it out. Except for Shaun of the Dead, they planned on going to the Winchester and waiting for
it out,
waiting for it to blow over.
Yeah, waiting for all this to blow over.
But yeah, so I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, I mean, I think the only thing that I would really nitpick is there's a couple of things. You talked about the teachers, and yeah, every one of them was a really strong character, but I think they needed more like just side characters, like unknown, like who was that again? You know, kind of teachers. I thought the one character, the guy from 30 Rock in it, the blonde-headed guy, Fix-It Felix. I don't know his guy's name. I felt he was underused in some parts. Like he was there, he had a couple of good lines and stuff, but there was no moment for him exactly.
Oh, are you talking about the guy that in the beginning was like, yeah, I love his balls and stuff, and then he's like, oh no, he's my tennis partner.
Yeah,
that
they're
guy.
Furry. Yeah, he kept going and stuff. Yeah, like I like that actor, but it just felt like there wasn't much. And then the guy from Saw, the science teacher that wanted to dissect everything, and you know, he was just, I'm gonna cut open this kid's head and whatnot. I felt like his part was okay, but he's easily lost to Rainn Wilson. Yeah, him and Frodo Baggins and the girl from Scott Pilgrim.
Yeah,
they're running the show, and if they would have just put some like under actors in those parts and stuff, maybe I wouldn't have been sitting there being like, oh, they could have. They had so much potential, but they were more worried about Frodo Baggins and the girl from Scott Pilgrim.
It's funny because he calls him Frodo.
Yeah, yeah. There's a lot of like inside jokes.
Yeah.
They talk about North, and like a couple of jokes here and there. I think also another thing is spoilers. If you don't want to be spoiled, one of our characters does a very noble sacrifice at the end of the movie. Not gonna say which one. And then there all of a sudden is like this moment where it's like, I didn't sacrifice myself. Like it's like, no, motherfucker, we saw you basically get eaten. It almost felt like that was like it was shown to an audience and everybody marked no when he got eaten, and so he came back, you know, and it was just like, how did he know where they were going? How did he get there before them? They were in a truck, he was on foot, you know. It just felt kind of like, what am I, what, huh? But other than that, I do like Frodo Baggins does a really good job. He has that. I love that part where a scary boat. Yeah, I think it's scary boat. A haunted boat. He just keeps repeating it over and over for his book.
You mean like Christine?
Yeah, yeah.
Like, no, basically. but this is a boat.
Yeah, but this is a boat. Yeah, yeah. Friggin' Rainn Wilson, I think, is the knockout star in this movie as the asshole gym teacher, you know.
It's just funny to me that he played like he took like 30 shots on the basketball court while kids are eating teachers behind him, and he's like, come on, man.
Yeah,
like he bricks every shot, and he's just like, come on, what's wrong with you? And like this mayhem is going on behind him. It was funny.
Yeah, like I think a movie like this, obviously the king of the movie, the zombie comedies, would be Shaun of the Dead, and this next to it, it's a close second. You know, it's
you
really,
think?
yeah.
I wouldn't give it all that.
No, I don't know very many zombie movies that are comedies.
That's true. Okay, well, yeah. Then
I mean,
in that case, yeah.
Unless you want to put Warm Bodies in between. Yeah.
Nah.
Fucking, we'll talk about Warm Bodies one day. But yeah, this movie, I think, you know, it's not. There's always that moment in a movie when you're watching it and you're waiting for that, like, that kick. That was like, oh shit, here we go. Let's. And there never came that point for me, but I still had a good time watching it. So I would definitely, you know, I'd recommend it. Definitely. Is there anything that you found
annoying about the movie?
Yes.
No, I mean no.
No?
I mean some of the stuff was kind of cheeseball, but at the same time, that's what I expect walking into a horror comedy. If this was just a horror and they did those things, then I would be like, no. But it's a comedy, so I expect it to be goofy.
No.
And it's called Cooties. Like you're not really expecting A+ work here, and you still are surprised at how good it is.
Yeah.
So
I know. I wanted. There's a part in the movie where a kid has not turned into a zombie or cootified, and she gives Frodo Baggins a fucking cootie shot, and I wanted to throw my boot through the TV. I was just like, I'm done. But, I understand where they were coming from, so.
yeah, I mean, they definitely play the zombie outbreak thing, but then they also kind of keep it toned down to an extent.
Kind of silly violence. I mean, he
Badger gets his fingers bit off.
Yeah, Badger gets his fingers bit out. Yeah, that's right. There's so many different actors in here that I don't know their names, and I'm just like the guy from The Office, the girl from Scott Pilgrim, Badger. It's just like the guy from Lost.
Yeah.
Shows up in this, and it's just like, what are these people's names? Who are these people? Yeah. Start. Are you done? Or you got anything else you want to talk about?
No.
I mean, there's not
a lot to talk about. It's a fucking zombie movie. You know how these things go. This one just didn't take itself too seriously. I think for stars, I'll give it a 3. It's nothing special. It's fun to watch. I was watching it on the way while I was driving over here, and I'll probably finish it on the way home. I got halfway through it just as like a refresher, and I'll probably finish it on the way home, even though the review's done. I don't technically need to finish it, but I probably will just because it's fun.
So remember, if you're driving these roads, he's out there watching videos while driving.
I have a very long drive home. I watch a lot of movies. It's a free hour to watch movies or TV. So why would I waste it looking at the road?
I am happy though that we found what was the streaming site? Peacock.
Yeah.
Ah, that was a pretty good one. If you're out there and you're interested, Peacock. It's for free.
Yeah.
It's for free.
I mean, the only reason I had Peacock was because the Psych movie. The new Psych movie was on it, so that's why I downloaded it. Was that, and then I was like, shit, man, I think Cooties is like $3 or something. So I hit you, and then I Googled it, and it came up on Peacock for free. And I was like, oh, good.
Yeah, and then they've got the new Saved by the Bell.
Yeah. All right. Anyways, how many stars do you give it?
I'm gonna give it 3.
Yeah.
Also, it's right there in the middle. It's fine. I didn't hate it. I didn't I didn't want to turn it off. I didn't gruel through it. I never checked my phone once in this one. So I enjoyed it. It was just not enough to give it that extra 4, but yeah, it's great. Watch it.
Yeah, definitely. All right, there you go. It's Cooties. Go check it out. Let us know what you think, and we'll see you next time.